Hello. Um, so I had a random thought today. I say random in air quotes because it wasn't really random. It was something that happened. Something that happened obviously in divine timing. Like I needed to talk about this today. And I even meditated on it and it was confirmed. Yeah, this is something you need to do. Um, because I guess you could say something triggered me. Something some I was following somebody and something that was said, and I'm not going to talk about it, and it's not about them. It's everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own journey, so that's not to say that they're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. What I'm saying is that's not my path, and for a lot of people it's also not their path. Um and they might be talking to other people now. But it felt like this is something that needed to be addressed because of the people that are on a similar path to me at this moment, because we're not always going to stay on the same path. And I know that sounds a little airy fairy, but it makes sense because and it's funny because my nickname, what I like to call myself, what I think they kind of given me, my spiritual team, my guides or whatever. I feel that it's kind of something that was given to me. Um, was the realist, idealist, realist as in the superlative, like real, even though it's not realist is not. I just like it. It feels right. It feels right for me. But the realist, idealist, I have a blog with that name, and I have we're working on a podcast with that title. But the realist idealist is something that I feel it resonates really deep with me and my journey, because I think my journey is about connecting the two worlds, the spiritual realm and then the earth realm where we're at right now, connecting the two and integrating the two in a way that we're still within the parameters of the earth plane and the spiritual realm. And I don't know, that sounds like a lot, but here, I'm going to dissect it for you, I promise. So, what I'm talking about is, um, everybody having their own path. And there are people in our lives that we resonate with, that what they say clicks with us, and helps drive us forward. That somebody just motivationally, or friends or mentors or any kind of leaders within the community that we connect with. And what they're saying really resonates with us. It feels right. And what they're saying, it helps you move along on your path the way you're meant to be in divine timing. But sometimes we outgrow people. And that's not to say that they're wrong or what they're doing is wrong or that they aren't going to continue and do something brilliant. We all have our own path, like I said. Sometimes we diverge, but we're all one. We're all within the collective consciousness. We're all in this together, but we're all working on our different pieces of the puzzle. You still with me? Okay. We're all working on our different pieces of the puzzle. So even though we've been going down this path with one person and it's been clicking and everything's been going right and we connected, and then something happens or something they say no longer no longer resonates with you, and it just doesn't feel right. And you know what? I don't think they're going the same place we're going. And that's okay, because they're probably not. They're probably going this way because this is what needs their attention right now. And you're going to go somewhere else. You're going to go in a different way because that's where you need to go. And as you go down that path, you'll attract more people. People that will learn from you, people you will learn from. And that will resonate with you again, and you'll click with and connect with again. And I bring this up because just before I started this video, I saw, I was listening to someone that I really clicked with and connected with for a while as a mentor, someone who was kind of giving guidance. They said something that didn't sit right with me. And I didn't like it. And I had to stop, process it, and I meditated. And I asked my guides what they thought. And I asked them questions. What about this? And they answered me. What about this? And they answered me. And I did feel like, okay, I'm correct in my path, in what I'm meant to be doing. This is my path. What I was feeling is correct. Or not, I hate to say right, correct or incorrect. What I was feeling was right for me in my path and my journey. And I was meant to express this to you, to connect with other people who are going the same direction as I am in this moment. Because this person had said something, and like I said, I'm not going to name names. It's not about that. This person had said something in regard to facts and truth, and how everybody has their own truth. And yes, everybody has their own truth. But I think there is a disconnect with what was being said, with it's being too obtuse with regard to spirituality, like saying that spirituality, that is the most important, which it is. It's very important. But there's a difference between the spirituality and God's law. God's law is higher than man's law. I understand that. But as spiritual beings in a human body, we have to work within the parameters of the law of the world that we live in, the country we live in, the state or city. We have parameters that we have to go by. And, even if they're not within that spiritual law, this is still something we have to do. And saying that, kind of poo-pooing the whole idea of facts. Oh, just do what feels right. Just do what feels right in your heart. Yes, definitely want to do what feels right in your heart. But as human beings, we have certain parameters we have to go by, like laws, like the laws of where we live. Even if it's not within God's law, we still have the parameters. And yes, sometimes rules are meant to be broken, and sometimes they're meant to be changed. And there are people on that path that were chosen, that have chosen this life to be those rule breakers, to be those people to change those laws that are not in alignment with God's law, with spiritual law. Those people are there, and we definitely want to support something that something like that, where they are rewriting the laws to be more in alignment with God's law. But we're still spiritual beings within human bodies, and we still need to go by the parameters that are set on this earth. Now, saying that doesn't mean that you have to be limited. You can still be a spiritual being within those parameters and do everything that you're meant to do in this world, on this earth plane, while being within those parameters, or bending them a little bit, here or there. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I grew up a punk. I am not opposed to breaking some laws, okay? Or bending, not breaking. So like I said, it doesn't have to be a limitation. You can definitely make it a limitation, but you don't have to be limited to that. So facts, yeah, you have your own truth. There's many different truths, and I get that. But you've got to understand the parameters. Hold on. Sorry. You have to understand the parameters that you're within and respect those, maybe bend them a little bit. And the other thing that was mentioned, which I have a very hard time with as the person on the path that I'm on right now, because even though I am a healer, an energy healer, I am a Reiki master, even though I can do that, and everybody has the power within them to do this work, to be a healer, to heal yourselves. It is not always on that person's path. That might not be your path. That might not be why you came to this earth. So to say that you shouldn't take medicine and just heal your own body, not everybody is on that path. So to give advice like that to somebody who's on a path, and maybe their karma puts illness onto their path and they need to work through it, sometimes people need medication. Even as a Reiki master, somebody who can heal herself, I do take medication because sometimes you need that. Sometimes that's something that's necessary. And as ethically as a Reiki master, I always tell my clients, I am not a doctor. I am not licensed to give you medical advice. If you are experiencing some sort of ailment, you definitely want to check with your doctor first and foremost. I can help you, yes, but you always want to check it out with your doctor first. If you need to be on some medication to regulate, always get that checked out first. Like I said, not everybody is on the same path. Not everybody is brought here to be a healer. So to say something like that just doesn't sit right with me. The realist idealist. I might be an idealist, but I'm very much rooted in the reality of the earth plane. And that's my purpose here. And I think you just need to listen to yourself, to the people around you, and see what connects with yourself, what connects with you, what clicks, what resonates, and leave what doesn't. But that's not to say that that won't connect with you or resonate with you later on. There's the rub. Because sometimes we're not ready. Sometimes we're not ready for that part. I know myself. I've changed my way of thinking a lot. I have outgrown my mentors. Not in the sense that I'm better than them. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that I'm better than them. And I'm not saying that you're better than whoever you outgrow. We're all just on different paths. We're not on the same path anymore. And that's okay. Because we're not meant to. I've outgrown friends, mentors, clients. I've outgrown people. We're no longer on the same path. I wish them well on their path, because what they're doing is something they need to do. What I'm doing is something I need to do. So, in short, do what feels right for you. If it feels good, if it feels right and it sits right in here, then keep doing that. But always do it with love. Always start with love. And if what's happening around you doesn't align with that love, that heart energy for you, then it's time to move on. Sad but true. Just keep moving forward. Just keep swimming. Oh, well, I hope that helps. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.